Hello everybody. I'm going to read a poem I wrote about 22 years ago. The only poem I've ever written about my mother, who died age 35 in 1963 when I was about 8.5 months old. Okay, you won't be seeing my face because I have to read the poem and I'm very short-sighted. But here goes. Thank you. Dear Mummy, it's hard to write to you, but I'll try so to do. Mummy, let me go. It's too early for me to come to you. All my life I've been trying to find you, but I just couldn't get through. I know we were close for a tiny little while, and we already formed the maternal bond, and that made it harder for me, don't you see? For I lost the one whom I once so long ago knew. A silent knowing deep in my soul. Then left in that big blue pram, how do I remember? Not knowing where my mummy had gone. I was always looking for you. I asked for a picture of you, a lovely lady too. I looked for you from the side of my life, every day round the block with the dog. I half hoped and expected to meet you and greet you. For I wanted a mummy too. You know what I'd say? I'd say, oh mummy, my love to you. And I'd sit in your lap, and we'd have a long hug. And I'd look in your eyes that would tell me, I'm glad you're alive, my darling, darling daughter. How mummy so loves you. Mummy, let me live my life. It wasn't my fault you lost yours so young, though I felt so bad and so sad. I went to your hometown of Liverpool. I felt so excited, perhaps I'd feel you. But then in the train on the way, the first time, I really cried for you in my later life, those floods of tears all for you, and I never really found you. Then soon after my trauma, my friend Alan suggested that visiting your grave would be time well invested. So one day I felt drawn to go and say hello. I looked for rows and rows, and finally I found my mummy's place. Oh, Mummy, is it really you? Oh, but you were such a silent mummy. Not a sound in the air, just an inkling of you. I gave pebbles to you in the shape of shalom, but then I feared I bothered you, or you couldn't hear, and I swept them off your smooth, white tomb. But Dad said I could have left them there. You see, he understands. My name was even on your gravestone. You see, I was a little bit there with you. Mummy, I really needed you. Just because you couldn't be there, I still needed you all those long, lonely years. I needed a mummy too. No help stepmothers, and oh so many unloving others. Women don't love babies, only mothers, and stepmothers and little girls, only horrors and shudders. Mummy, back to you. Daddy and everyone spoke real nicely of you. I showed my dad a poem, and another time a piece of music, and you know what? You loved them both too. So Mummy, I am a little bit like you. You know what Alan said? Such a comfort, that a mummy in heaven is a guardian angel, and that Mummy can always love you. And you know what? I knew it was true. So Mummy, let me thank you for your silence. I mean that, I really do. Between your picture and your grave, I mean that, I really do. I used to feel drawn to country graveyards, and I even lay down and read or rested, stretched out as if in communion with you. You just don't know how I missed you, always falling and falling back to you. If I want partly to die, it's to be with you, and now with my daddy too. One leg in the grave, emotionally speaking already down under, tied to the two of you, a mummy I scarcely knew, pulling me down. But I've got to get up now, so Mummy, release me. Don't make me feel bad. Even if I try and clutch to you in desperation, don't let me come to you. Help me not need you. Let me learn to love me instead of expecting you to. So Mummy, I'm finally through. It's hard to live and be loved without a mummy, and I never climbed up after losing you. You frightened me through and through, and what on earth was I meant to do without you? All tiny and scared and more scared. You hurt me even if you didn't mean to. And finally, I don't want the tragedy that because I didn't have a mummy, I can't ever be one. I want to love a man and a baby too. I am lovely, aren't I? I need you to tell me it's true. And goodbye to you, Etupactamilla. And remember, in your rest and peace, that, Mummy, I still love you, and that funnily enough, I have this beautiful relationship with you.